All right, so when it comes to highway plans or road plans, these are typical DOT type projects, and they tend to have a very large set of files. There's a lot of information that goes into putting these together. I'm going to just do a high level overview instead of going through each sheet like I did in the previous ones. That same information is available, it's just in multiple sheets and a little bit more detailed for DOT projects. And I chose this one. This is a project in New York. It's fairly new. Well, it's actually out for bid, I believe, or under construction, if not already constructed, but fairly recent. But what I wanted to show you is that this plan set actually includes some archive plan sets that were done in 1976 and done by hand. You can see kind of what it looks like here. So again, typical, we have a cover sheet. And then here is you've got, information that, it's probably been as-builted. So this was the way it was built. This is the original cross section of the road. You've got your table of coordinates and table of widths and benchmarks. So there's probably, if you look at the legacy and the history of this project, you could go back and find some of this original information done in the original construction. Then you get into what they typically have are, these are your plan and profile sheets, and you can see how they were done manually and by hand years ago. Probably this was obviously before CAD. So, you've got your same thing, you've got your alignment, you've got your centerline profile. You'll notice that, we've got some basic information in here that is going to be your, your station and your offsets. And if we really look at this, let's look at the sheet here, and we come over. Yeah, you can find, who did this back when, and pretty detailed information. And some of this is right away. So this is, sheet 3A. If we look at the sheet index, we could probably find out what it is. But here's your plan and profile, of this road alignment. So you can see there's my tangents, my vertical curve, my VPI. Again, so this is what the original road was like. And, we could scroll through these sheets. You can see this plan set's about 200 sheets. So I'm not going to go through every single sheet here. I'm just going to jump ahead to what the new improvements are. So I'm going to go to this page 126, and you can see now this was done back in 2018. So, the plans were put together a couple of years ago. You can see, obviously, using CAD, things are a little bit cleaner, crisper, and you got your project ends and project begins and ends. You can see a little bit more detail in the cover sheet. Pretty much similar, though, following suit. Things haven't changed much in many, many years. Here, though, we do have a abbreviation sheet. So we got an index and abbreviation sheet. We've got a legend, so very detailed, right-of-way mapping, landscaping, roadway, traffic. If we go down a little further, here's our typical cross-section. So you can see a lot more detail in the section. This is what the new road is going to look like. There's some retaining walls probably and some other information. So this would be in a widening. So they're going to widen this section of the road. So you got your typical section, notes. So a lot more notes, a lot more information, these days. Asphalt, concrete, pavement, milling, pavement temperatures, sequence of construction, and so on. So as we, kind of environmental, work zone, traffic control plan, right? So a lot of details, but then you also now have the survey control baseline. So now you're getting into the survey data. So here's your control baseline. So those could be control points that would be used on this project, your horizontal reference network. So a lot more provided information from the DOT. These are all basically survey control points and how to find them. So these are tie sheets. So you would go out there and find these two maples and pull a distance and get that that control point there. So it shows the station where it's at, the northing and easting, and so on. So there's a few sheets of those, some secondary control baseline, horizontal control points, same thing. And as we go through, you got your tables for ramps, table cleaning closed drainage systems, So a lot of this stuff is done station and offset. So you can see there's a lot of data here that you would have to sift through, you know, where snowplow markers are going, topsoil lawns, table of guardrails, so on and so forth. So sidewalks, a lot of tables. And then you can get some detail. So here's a detail of a stone wall repair, some other guardrail and invert, you know, pavement restoration over damaged utility operations. So you can see a lot of this is just road improvements. There's pieces and parts and sections. And then you actually would get to the general plan. So you would have the sheet with grids, so you know where it's at, and then road names and your alignment here with your station. So as we kind of scroll down through, you can see different areas of where it's going to be improved. So new sidewalks, new curbs. Again, we're just controlling down, a little widening going on maybe. So again, a different type of plan. The way that it's set up, it's all, you know, plan view. If we scroll down, let's see this one here, a lot more detail. You can see the signage in here. There's traffic plans. So those are all the signs are going to go. So again, just a different type of plan and different plan set. But depending on the project, you may, you know, run into a particular project like this that it's just sifting through it. And I'm going to show a couple different videos here of different plan sets with different states. So this one was New York, and I'm going to show you one from Virginia here in the next video.